Hello everyone, I find myself at La Ronde once again for an unofficial vlog. This isn't even a vlog. I've just come here to get my season's pass for 2025. Shop around. I think it's the best deal in all of Six Flags. You can actually get for 130 Canadian at the gate right now, cash, a season's pass for next year. That includes the prestige options, fast lane passes, bring your friend options, among other things, up until I believe September 29th of this year. So if you're coming to Haunt next weekend, you definitely will want to take advantage of that deal and come here, because you can activate your pass for next season and not get burned waiting for La Ronde to open maybe in June while all the other parks are open since sometimes February/March. So yeah, all in, that's my advice to you. A little bit of a tip. That's what I've done this season, instead of being like on the fence of even getting a pass this year. An amazing deal. Now I'm gonna go on some rides. Looks like it's empty.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, don't worry about it. Really good. Cool story, What in?
So, having just done Alpine Fury numerous times this week, and now getting on the Vampire again, I just have to hold it to what I feel in my heart. And I'm not saying it's a better ride than Alpine Fury, but I still think it has a run for its money. This ride, 20 years its senior, is just as good, if not better, on a good day. That's how good it is. So good, I'm gonna go right back on it. That's how irresistible. Back seat in the left, unreal. I know this ride exists in so many other parks, but I did have a fan comment that this is one of the better B&M inverts out there, at least of the clone of the Batmans, one of the fastest. I'm really willing to believe that, having been on some of the others, that's for sure, if not most of the others. So yeah, fantastic ride. Going right back on the Vampire. Regretfully, Titan is down today, so you're not going to see me covering one of my favorite flat rides in Canada. But I'm sure it'll be back up in time for Haunt. On our way straight to Le Monstre. Wasn't until my second trip on Le Vampire that I actually see Le Monstre running its course. Now I see both trains going through, and I completely forgot half the other reason why I was here, which was to get a couple more rides in on it, because I've only been on it once this year on one track. So let's see how successful I am and get on Le Monstre. Okay, this is maybe a dream come true, because it looks like there's both tracks running and there's literally a walk-on. I can't say I've had a walk-on on the Monstre in, I can't say the last 10 years, so this is really going to be a completely different change of game here. I got 1 hour left, a little over an hour actually, and I think I'm going to marathon this ride. Okay, track one done twice in the back and the front. I can't believe that it's on Le Monstre's on a walk-in right now. It's sensational. Had to wait for track 1, however, because it's more popular than the second track. So yeah, we're gonna go now and do track 2, which has literally been a walk on the entire time, and then I'll provide notes on both of those tracks after this ride. Still can't believe that it's a walk-on. One more ride on, and then we're gonna go to Goliath or Goliath, get a ride on that, and then maybe come back for one more Le Mans. So 4 rides in a day. Four rides on the Monstre were done on each side, front and back. Well, almost. Sometimes it's frustrating with the timing where you just see trains coming in and people getting in line and getting right up to the front without any wait, and your timing doesn't work out to be in that favor. All right, enough moaning, because yeah, on my final ride there, I got the 4th row. So wheel seat, would have preferred the 3rd row, but beggars can't be choosers. It was pretty much a walk-on the entire time, except for my very first ride on it. So good times. Track 1, definitely the slower of the two, but the first half you really get a lot of ejector, especially after that second drop. That's like the big swooping drop to the left. Once you go over that hill, now I got a little bit of a bone to pick because there's a crazy jank to the right that you experience there, that like the train just feels like it's basically going to break apart at that point in the ride. But then what follows is one of the best airtime moments in maybe Canada, with that crazy ejector that you get once you come into the turnaround Helix's first hill there. You get that in the front and the back, whereas I noticed in the other train or in the other course you don't actually get that. So yeah, it was quite sensational in the sense that I didn't remember it having that much airtime, but definitely course 1 is the airtime machine for the first half. Once you get into that Helix though, it pretty much loses all its effect. It's not really that great of a ride. Yeah, it really just loses its steam, and there's really not much to it after that. Whereas the exception of course 2, you do take it with a lot of speed. Now I didn't find the back actually that sensational or that really that exciting, unfortunately, except for that major drop, the 3rd drop that you take, which is like I think the highest one in the entire ride. Love that drop, especially that hill, that airtime hill that you get after that, and then the pop as well before the Helix. 2 crazy ejector moments on that. So I think that the second course unfortunately takes the cake. Not only is it speed heavy, but it also, that second set of Helixes, it takes it way more at speed, way more enjoyable. And also that hill that you sort of crest over just before going into that final spaghetti bowl, you get that pop of ejector in the front seat only, but still sensational. Not the best wood coaster in the world. All right, one more ride to do. I've walked over, I resisted temptation and going on Le Mans for one more time, because yeah, you don't really get every day that you can walk right onto it. I'm going to remember this particular date as a day that you definitely should come. It's a Sunday in late September, and I'm really surprised that there's barely any crowds here. All right, time for the Goliath.
Dernière porte de gauche, merci de déposer tous vos objets personnels dans les boîtes à votre gauche. Sachez que ici, les crocs et sandales sont...
Our day here at Ronde is done. Unfortunately, I didn't get a second ride on Goliath. Now, if I'm going to have any bone to pick with from what was really a pretty good day here, considering I've only been here for 2 hours, is that they are closing the lines a little earlier than the park close time of 7 o'clock, even when the rides are a walk-on, which is kind of annoying because, you know, there really was no reason for that. And they also didn't allow you to do a re-ride in there too, which I don't really know the reason for that. But other than to just get people out of here on time, place is definitely struggling with, you know, attendance and that. So maybe labor is a thing that they don't really want to get overkill on. So I don't know, just a little bit of a peeve considering how it is not busy today. But outside of that, had a great time. I got 2 rides on Vampire. I got 4 rides on the Monstre, and I got that ride on Goliath. And I also got a season's pass, as I mentioned at the beginning. I will say, I kind of alluded to it, and I was kind of joking when I said it earlier on my visit here in the summer, is that basically, this is my home park now. Now I have a season's pass for this park, so it is my home park. It's not the first time that that's happened. I have had a Six Flags pass in the previous company guys for this park, because it is the best deal. It always has been, but now I get to officially welcome La Ronde as my home park for 2026. I'm going to be waiting forever for that opening season vlog in June. I'm going to give you a little bit of a atmospheric exit in this mini vlog that's turned out to almost be a regular vlog. Sorry for the non-on-ride action, but or not on-ride, but off-ride coverage. Well, there's certainly a bountiful amount of that on this channel for you to enjoy. Hello, La Ronde. Love to have you back in the family as an official pass holder for 2026 and 25, I guess. All right, everyone. Thanks for dropping in.